Before I start talking about Paul, I have to say, sitting over in the stands as a fan, having a beer, yelling at the refs, that was awesome. And sitting with Rondo and Kevin during a game is just off the charts. And one of the things that Rondo and Kevin both said when we were sitting over there is, man, these fans are amazing here. We talked about this day, Paul. We talked about this day with the players in the locker room. In LA, we're sitting in the locker room and we were talking about, we're gonna get that. That's gonna be ours. And we're gonna come back and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna talk about retiring Paul Pierce's number. We talked about this day. Sometimes in life, you gotta dream it first before it happens. And we talked about it, it was in our minds. And then we had another talk about what it would take. And this is the part with Paul that makes him so special and all our guys. We talked about being a role player, you know, playing your role to win the team. You think about Paul, he was a star here when I got here. And I decided to challenge him. You know, I decided, you know what, for us, Paul has to play a little different. And at the beginning part, we bumped heads a couple of times. And I don't know if everybody knows, Paul and I are born on the same day. So he is stubborn as hell, and he figured that I'm just as stubborn. And so we bumped heads a couple of times, but at the end of the day, I'm sitting in my office, and Paul walks in and says, hey, we're good. We're going to do this together. And from a coach, I thank you, because we live in a time now where when a star player will allow a coach to coach him, that's why you win. We came up with this word, Ubuntu, you know, and we lived it. Like, we lived that word, Paul. A person is a person through other people. I can't be all I can be unless you are all you can be. When I'm happy, you're happy. When you're happy, I'm happy. I live through you. The reason we're all here, the reason I'm here now, is because Paul Pierce is getting his number retired. Someone asked me recently, what is the one word? If you could come up with one word, you would say truth, I would say clutch. Clutch. Clutch is the word that I would come up with. Paul, you could go 0 for 10, and we would be in the huddle and drawing up a play, and I'm looking at Kevin, Ray, Rondo, and every time you were like, bring it to me. Bring it to me. What's amazing about Paul, before I coached him, I told this story. You had a big game against us, and I told you this when I was in Orlando. And after the game, I yelled at all our team. I got on them. I was like, how is this slow, non-athletic, out-of-shape guy killing you out there? And then when I got to Boston, I realized you were not slow. You were extremely athletic. But what you still beat people by, you beat them with your mind. I don't think Paul gets enough credit for how smart of a basketball player he was. You were a brilliant player. You were a clutch player, Paul. And more importantly, you know what you are? You're a Celtic and you're a champion. Thank you.